Imagine getting a message from your ex after a year of complete silence. But this wasn't just a random text. There was something strange, something that made my heart race. Was she reaching out for love, or was I just a backup plan? And then I discovered the truth, one that left me questioning everything. Stay tuned because this story is about to take a turn you won't believe.
Hey everyone, it's Sam here. I'm 27 years old and I'm currently in a pretty confusing spot in my life. A little about me. I grew up in a small town with my mom and older brother Michael. We were a pretty close-knit family. Things weren't perfect, but we made it work. I'm a graphic designer now and I've lived in the city for the past couple of years. Life has been okay, work's been steady, I've got a few friends, and I'm finally getting to a place where I feel like I've got things under control. But everything changed about 3 months ago, when I bumped into someone I thought I'd never see again, Lily, my ex. Our breakup was messy, like most are, but we both moved on, or at least I thought we did. It started one day when I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. The message was short and simple, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. "Oh, hey Sam, it's Lily. I've been thinking about you. Can we talk?" I stared at the message for what felt like an eternity. Lily and I had ended things over a year ago, after a long and painful breakup. It wasn't that we didn't love each other, but our relationship had been unhealthy, toxic even. There were constant arguments, trust issues, and a lot of things left unsaid. We'd tried to stay friends afterward, but it never really worked. So what could she possibly want now? I felt a mix of emotions. Confusion, anger, and a little hope. Maybe that's the worst part about love. How easy it is to fall back into it. Without really thinking, I replied, "Sure, let's talk. What's on your mind?" The next few days were a whirlwind. Lily and I started texting regularly, then talking on the phone. At first it seemed innocent enough. She was just checking in. She apologized for everything that had gone wrong between us, saying that she'd changed and had been doing a lot of self-reflection. She even mentioned she was seeing a therapist now, which made me think maybe she was serious. We agreed to meet up at a cafe downtown, something casual. When I saw her again for the first time in months, I realized how much I'd missed her. She looked different. Not just physically, but there was something in her eyes that felt more grounded. Maybe I'd been too quick to judge her when we broke up. Maybe she had changed, but that's when things started getting complicated. As we talked, she started slipping in little comments about how much she regretted how things ended between us, how she missed the old us. I could hear the sincerity in her voice, but something felt off. Why now? Why after all this time? It was almost like she knew exactly how to play on my emotions, and part of me was starting to wonder if that was the plan all along. The first bombshell came a week after our initial meeting. Lily called me one night, sounding desperate. She said she needed to talk to me about something important, something I'd probably never expect. So, of course, I agreed to meet her. When I got to the park where we'd agreed to meet, I saw her sitting on the bench, looking more anxious than I'd ever seen her before. I sat down beside her, and before I could ask what was wrong, she told me that she'd been seeing someone else for a while. I wasn't shocked, but it hurt. I mean, we'd both moved on, but hearing it out loud, especially after everything she'd said about missing me, felt like a punch to the gut. "I don't know what I was doing," she said, voice trembling. "I thought I needed someone else to fill the emptiness, but it just made things worse. I've never stopped thinking about you, Sam." I sat there, stunned, not knowing what to say. Was this her real reason for contacting me? Did she really want to be with me again? Or was I just a backup plan? I could feel the old pull between us, the kind of connection that never really disappears. But was I making a mistake by even entertaining the idea of getting back together? Then, just when I thought I had it figured out, came the second bombshell. A couple of days later, I ran into one of Lily's old friends, Emily, at a grocery store. Emily and I were never super close, but we had mutual respect for each other. I said hello, and after a few minutes of small talk, she casually mentioned that she'd heard from Lily recently. That wasn't unusual, but what Emily said next made my heart race. "She's been really down lately, Sam. She's been talking about how she wants you back, but I don't think she's being completely honest with herself. Honestly, I think she's just lonely and wants someone to depend on." That stopped me cold. Emily had no idea what was going on between Lily and me, but her words stung because they echoed my own doubts. Was Lily reaching out because she missed me? Or was she just manipulating me out of loneliness? I knew how vulnerable she could be, but I didn't want to be anyone's safety net if it wasn't real. I thanked Emily for the advice, but inside, I was a mess. I had no idea what to do. Part of me wanted to believe that Lily had changed and that we could rebuild something healthy together. The other part was terrified I was falling into a trap. I spent the next few days questioning everything. I started remembering all the bad times in our relationship, the late-night fights, the way she would accuse me of things I didn't do, the way I would question my own sanity just to keep the peace. It wasn't just about love, it was about trust. And in the end, we never really trusted each other. But then I would think back to the good moments, to the way she used to make me laugh when I felt down, to the way we would just sit together in silence, comfortable in each other's company. It was so easy to let myself forget the bad times when all I could see was the part of her that I once loved. I felt like I was being pulled in two directions, my head telling me to stay away, to protect myself, and my heart whispering that maybe, just maybe, this time could be different. The problem wasn't just about me. I started thinking about how this would affect the people around me, my mom, my friends, even my coworkers. They knew what Lily and I had gone through. They'd seen me at my worst after we broke up. How would they feel if I went back to her? Would they think I was weak or foolish? Then there was Michael, my older brother. He had always been protective of me, especially when it came to Lily. After everything that had happened between us, he didn't exactly hold back in telling me how he felt about our relationship. "Sam, don't do it. I don't care how sorry she is, she's not good for you," he said, during one of our late-night talks. I knew he had my best interests at heart, but it still hurt to hear him say it. It made me wonder, was I really just making excuses for Lily, hoping things would be different? Or was my brother right all along? It's been weeks now, and I still haven't made up my mind. Lily and I are still talking, but something's changed. The easy conversations aren't so easy anymore. I'm not sure if I can ever fully trust her again, but a part of me still wants to believe we could make it work. The song. I'm caught in this strange limbo, wondering if what we had is worth risking everything for again. Is it love, or is it just manipulation, masked by the longing for something familiar? So find my way out, as I made my way up the stairs, slowly and carefully. Maybe one day I'll know the answer. Or maybe I never will. So, that's my story. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever been in a situation like this? Do you think Lily really wants me back, or is she just trying to manipulate me? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.